Hello and welcome to IBM TV. Today I'm joined by Penny Westlake, Director for Europe for Interra Systems. Penny, welcome to IBM TV.
Thanks very much.
Can you start by telling us a bit about Interra Systems?
Yeah, we are essentially the global leader in quality control for video and audio and increasingly data. We have a number of products. We're mainly known for our Baton product, or Baton, depending where you are in the world. And that is something that really is a global leading product. Many companies around the world use us as almost as a standard. We also have a couple of other products, Orion and Orion OTT, which are intended for monitoring live streaming. And we also have a very in-depth media analyzer, which is used in labs all over the world, people who are designing encoding techniques, chips, all sorts of things in the in-depth world, and that's called Vega. And of course, our different product lines do support each other. You know, the research and R&D that we do from one supports products in the other areas. So we're headquartered in California. We have a big R&D operation in India, and of course we have our European operation, which myself and various people scattered around various countries run over here.
So you mentioned there about your product Orion, which is the UK launch here at BVE, I believe. Can you tell us a bit more about the product?
Yes, the Orion. We have Orion, which is targeted at real-time monitoring of transport stream output, and that's a more sort of, if you like, traditional broadcast output distribution chain. However, we also have Orion OTT, which increasingly there's an awful lot of interest in that kind of delivery methodology. Whenever you get into these more complicated and increasingly different output mechanisms, if I can call them that, the need for quality monitoring, knowing what is going on, where it's going on, and actually monitoring the quality of experience that the viewer is getting is becoming increasingly important. So that's why we've started to really develop our Orion range of products. It's not enough now just to know that the signal is reaching a viewer. You also need to know that it's reaching it in good quality, because people will just switch off. They have a lot of choice these days.
So you mentioned there, Penny, about Baton as well. Can you tell us a bit more about the Baton Automated file-based QC?
At the show here, at BVE show, we're launching the UK launch of Baton V7, which is a major release. All of the customers that are on our annual support will be getting this. Has a new UI, among other things, which makes it an awful lot easier to use, to monitor, to use test plans, to create your own ways of different quality control methodology. We've also worked very hard on increasing the hybrid QC. There are some things that require a human still. Only a few, but they do. And that's to do with the human psychological operations as much as anything else. So we've always had a thing called Baton Media Player, which was part of Baton as a standard thing. We've offered an option on that for eyeball QC, so there's a fully integrated way of producing reports, adding in comments, adding in everything into a full report that can go wherever you like within a workflow. You can use the output of Baton automatically into workflows using XML data, or you can output something as simple as a PDF report.
Okay.
And again, we've just increased the usability and the flexibility that you have within Baton. But of course we're showing it on our booth to a number of our new customers. The feedback we get from shows such as BVE is invaluable to us. Customer feedback does go straight into our R&D. So a lot going on at the moment.
You've also got some new features on the Baton Content Corrector. Can you tell us about some of these?
Yes, we have. We've had Baton Content Corrector is an application that works with Baton. When we initially brought it out, it was focusing on loudness correction. You take the results from Baton report, and when you've got those results, you put that into Baton Content Corrector, and it will correct anything that is non-standard, anything that does not conform to the requirements for loudness output. But we've extended that now. We now offer video correction features, which people can see if they come along to the booth, Dolby Guardband, and a couple of other metadata correction issues. Of particular interest to the UK market is the PSE correction, photosensitive epilepsy correction, because there in the UK there are Ofcom guidelines about what broadcasters can and can't broadcast, and we've offered an automated correction for that, and that I think we're going to see quite a lot of interest in the show about that.
Excellent. Well, Penny, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
You can find out more about Interra Systems at interrasystems.com.